It's 2 o'clock on Friday before the Duke-Louisville game, and we have college game day here in Durham. And usually the day before a game, I will go to both teams' practices, learn as much as I can about the teams. I've seen all these teams a bunch, not only on film but in person. But really what I'm trying to do is get even deeper on what's going on with them now so that I can be as prepared as possible to say what I see when the game's going on.
A great game in Cameron Indoor Stadium between two of the best teams in the country. You know, both these teams are capable not only of reaching the Final Four in Atlanta, but they're both capable, as they keep improving, of winning the national championship. That's the beauty of this year. Everybody's going to lose. The question is, how do you respond? And that is a wrap on College Game Day. The show is over. We have carried the network yet again. Ratings gigantic. And we're just going to spend the rest of the day preparing for the Duke-Louisville game tonight. Keep it up.
Thanks so much for being here. We definitely appreciate it.
Oh, it's my honor.
All right, well, we'll get started. Jay, thank you so much for joining us. You're going to get thanked a lot on this call, but we can't thank you. Just the lay of the land here. This is Severna Park High School varsity basketball team you have, and I'm going to immediately turn it over to our head coach, Paul Pellicani.
What, unbeknownst to you, your connection to our program actually runs very deep, as Coach already mentioned. 3 different groups of teams. And what I mean by that, they kind of cycle through, 10 through 12, and then we start over. On numerous occasions, we have given everybody on our team your book. Our philosophies are so closely aligned. I'm going to turn it over for the first question. Young Nicholas.
Mr. Bilas, my name is Nick Carparelli III. I'm a senior, and I want to say thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule, not only just to speak to us on the game of basketball, but give words of wisdom on life itself. My question is, what is a life lesson that you learned from playing basketball that you would not have known otherwise? Not just in basketball, but in life. How have you learned not to take things for granted, especially with the career you've had in sports and your achievements?
Well, thanks, Nick. Those are 2 really good questions. I think there are so many things that I've learned through playing, and not just the coaches I've had, but the teammates and friends I've gained through the game that have been lifelong. I think more than anything, the thing that basketball taught me was my attitude was going to determine everything for me. It was going to determine not only how good of a player that I was, but how good of a teammate, and how I would, how good of a worker. And, your coach brought up a theme that we have at our camp, which is be the teammate you want to play with. And without basketball and without understanding being a part of a greater whole and having a we first attitude will help me more than having a selfish me first attitude. I wouldn't have learned. I don't think I would have gained that without having played. I might have gained it in another sport. Maybe there are other endeavors that would have taught that to me, but I don't know that I was invested in anything else enough to have picked that up. But my attitude and every day really is, what can I do today to be at my best? And I have a lot of instead of looking at what I don't have and what difficulties I have each day, I look at what I do have and what opportunities I have.
Hello, Mr. Bilas. I'm Dawson Duckworth. I am a senior forward. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to speak to us. You have given us a special opportunity, and we are very thankful. Throughout your career, you have played with different players and different teams and have watched a tremendous amount of basketball. From experience and what you have seen, what attributes separate great leaders from good leaders, and how does toughness play a role in great leaders?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say that the best leaders I've been around have been selfless servants to those in their charge. There's a difference between being in charge and being a leader. So leaders, to me, the best leaders are ones that have competence, character, and humility. So they've obviously they're an expert in their field. They have high character. You know, they understand what they're about. They know what right looks like, and they seek it out. And then they've got humility, in that they know it's not about them. You know, being a leader is not about you. It's about those that you lead. And so if you put others first, you're always going to be in better shape as a leader. Yeah, that's what it's about. It's not about being in charge. It's about the collective doing well, and it's about your team doing well, your unit, your your sales unit, whatever it may be. And it goes beyond basketball. It goes to your relationships with your classmates. What's the difference in being a great teammate and being a great classmate? There really isn't one. And same thing with being a colleague. When you become, when you guys have real jobs, and you might have a real job now outside of school, but you have to be a great colleague too. It's really the same principle.